Every day and they pay us.
Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of The Godfather Part 2. Really sorry that I haven't had a part out. I've actually been a little sick and just working on that Saints Row review, but that's out. Let's continue. So, as you can see, we got a little situation here at the airport. We can't get back to New York. Let's talk to Fredo.
What's going on? I can't get a flight out. Everything's closed.
It's the airport workers. They're on strike. Whole place is shut down.
Damn it. I need to get back to New York. What am I gonna do?
Wait till it's over? And it's getting worse. Other places are threatening to strike too. Someone's been stirring up workers all over Florida. Talking about organizing labor, pooling wages, picketing.
What? Someone's pushing that commie bullshit here?
Sounds like it. I don't know. Mr. Roth knows more about it than I do. He's here with a friend. They're out in the parking lot. You should talk to them.
Speak with Hyman Roth. Okay. So basically, the airport workers are on strike, and there's actually something more nefarious behind it. There's actually infiltrators from Castro's government in Florida.
Mr. Roth, good to see you. What brings you here?
I'm here about this strike. It's disrupting our business. My friend and I have a vested interest in seeing the situation resolved quickly. His name is Henry Mitchell. He's an agent with the CIA.
An agent? What is this?
Dominic, relax. The CIA's our friend. They've been partners with this thing of ours for over a decade. They're in the intelligence business, my boy, that's all. We keep
That's
their
about the
noses
CIA's
clean.
connections to the
They
mafia.
keep us informed.
That's actually true,
Simple.
to a degree.
Talk to him, okay?
Okay. Let me also turn on subtitles, because I think my subtitles gotten turned off here. But yes, what Hyman Roth actually said is true. The CIA do actually have they actually do have connections to the mafia.
Hello, it's Dominic, right? I'm Henry Mitchell.
If you're wearing a wire, you better tell me now.
Take it easy, I'm on your side, okay? No wire. Mr. Roth and I have been working together for a long time. I called him when I heard about the strike.
They're just a bunch of picketers. They'll cool off eventually.
No, it's not them, it's the guy behind them. Alejandro Almeida. He's a Cuban-American and a fucking commie. He's stirring up the city's unions, encouraging violence. The whole situation's out of hand. The feds can't nail him, and local politicians seem unwilling to crack down on him.
Yeah, he's probably got him blackmailed. What do you need our help for?
Well, officially, I'm just supposed to gather intelligence on Alejandro. But Mr. Roth and I have discussed it, and something else must be done. I hope you understand what I'm saying when I tell you it's in both our interests. If Alejandro were to just disappear.
So you see, okay.
A commie like Alejandro can't be allowed to bully our politicians. If he gets influence in Washington, who knows what would happen?
So basically, you know, the CIA are sending Dominic for it, because if Dominic gets caught, they can deny all knowledge of it. So that's, you know, Mitchell literally represents like the typical corrupt like CIA agent, like some of those. You have guys like that during the Cold War. They caused a lot of problems.
Class never gets a break. It's unfair.
The airline makes millions every day and they pay us squat. Listen to me. I'm only gonna ask this once. Where's Alejandro Almeida?
Almeida is my friend. I'll never tell you. Never.
You think this
Wrong.
is bad?
No! Stop! What do I look like, huh? Let go, asshole.
Lights out.
Give up.
Is this commie shithead worth your life? Then tell me, where's Almeida?
Okay. He and his men operate out of the old junkyard. It's not too far from here.
Okay. So Almeida is a Almeida actually has ties to
Been all over
Castro's
the
government.
news lately. It's cause they're here, in this country. God knows what they got planned.
Let me also turn off the I gotta turn off the music, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry to do that. It's just yeah. But what I was trying to say earlier is that Basically, you had, like, really scummy CIA agents like Mitchell, like, those guys exist. That, they're basically, you know, people behind the scenes that are responsible for toppling governments, and it's also, like, the CIA has a very, like, very bad reputation around the world. Like, a lot of people don't like them, and also for good reason, because the CIA have just caused so many problems in so many countries, for decades.
Slow down, Dominic.
Let's see here. I think here. Okay.
Those fucking panty wasters. No, mate, what you gonna... Dominic, can you handle this guy or what?
Okay. You can get the jump on these guys here. Okay.
Get behind something!
Oh, yep. Looks like my guys got detected.
We got one. We're close by.
Start him down!
Yeah, that was a good shot. Okay.
See another shithead.
Oh, what the?
Nobody goes against my family.
Okay, where's Almeida? Okay.
Still there?
Oh no, one of... Okay. One of our guys is down. This guy's got a lot of protection, okay.
I am for the trap. You go that way, I'll go this way.
Sniper rifle definitely is good, okay.
Shot!
Okay, I gotta get... Okay, I don't want to fall down here. How do I get down there?
Put that away!
There.
Shit, we gotta pull back.
Oh, fake. Here we go, okay.
Your prayers.
Send a message. Grab Alejandro, then swing the mouse left or right. Okay.
No, we can't hear you.
Nailed him! He's over there!
There we go. Okay, that's it. Okay, Almeida is dead. Meet with Michael Corleone in New York. So that should clear up now the strike. Basically, so what I was trying to say earlier is the CIA is probably the most hated, like, you know, federal agency besides the IRS. Like, the IRS is probably the most unpopular, like,
New York's waiting.
the most unpopular public, you know, agency in my country, in the U.S., the IRS, Internal Revenue Service. That's the people who collect taxes, basically. But the reason the CIA is so disliked, and it's not just by Americans, you know, they're disliked, like, around the world, because the CIA have been involved in some really bad things. Like, you know, throughout their history, you know, they've done some good things, don't get me wrong, but they've done a lot of really bad things. Like, you know, they've been involved in, like, there's a lot of speculation they've been involved in the coke trade and smuggling crack, cocaine. You know, that was like a big part of the story in GTA San Andreas of Torino. You know, the reason that the CIA would be involved in something like that, it hasn't ever been proven 100%, but there's like a lot of like,
I don't know.
there's...
Sounds illegal.
See,
Oh,
what's
let's see.
bothering you? You need something?
Indeed I do. How do you feel about wrecking a joint? Sounds like fun, doesn't it?
I'm in. What's the job?
Look, there's a competitor I'm trying to run out of town. An inside source told me he doesn't carry inventory insurance, so if I can wreck his goods, he'll be ruined. Do this for me, and I'll return the favor someday.
Sure.
It hasn't ever been proven on a, you know, agency-wide scale that the, you know, CIA was largely involved in the cocaine, you know, in the coke trade. However, though, there has been like a lot of, there's been a lot of speculation towards it, and it's believable.
Let's go back to New York.
And
I'm with you. Let's go home.
if you're probably wondering why would the CIA be involved in something like, you know, the coke trade, it would be because it'd be a very easy way for them to raise funds really quickly, cash, and it's not traceable. You know, where if they got it from the federal government, it would be traceable. So they could basically get a ton of money and without asking the federal government. Yeah, so like I was saying, the CIA, they're really disliked because it's just a lot of the bad stuff that they've done. They've been involved in, you know, overthrowing democratic governments and installing dictatorships, you know. So there's been just a lot of, you know, they were also involved in Project MK Ultra, which that was like, you know, experiments on people is really disturbing.
I took care of your little problem, Mitchell. But I have a feeling I'll be seeing you again.
Perhaps. You did a good job. You may not realize it now, but you did your country a favor. I won't forget it.
Okay. What does the CIA know about us?
The guys you report to, do they know you're working with men like us?
I don't report to anyone. All the agency asks of me is that I show results. Now, you and I aren't too different, Dominic. We both want what's best for us and our country.
They call you guys spooks. It's not hard to imagine why.
I don't mind. Maybe we are like ghosts. Some people think we don't exist. And if someone wants to find us, they don't even know where to look. The CIA is careful. We never leave a trace.
Yeah. So, like, this guy, you would not want to trust this guy at all. This guy is, like, you know, extremely suspicious. You know, crooked CIA agent. You definitely do not want to trust this guy. Like, you know, Dominic has a reason to be suspicious of him. And I'm not even talking about him, like, wearing a wire or something like that. I'm talking about him backstabbing you.
Why go after just one guy? I'd figure you've got bigger fish to fry.
Because this red bullshit is a disease. Now suppose Almeida was allowed to spread his propaganda here. Where does that lead? Well, let me tell you. It goes all the way to the top. National labor organizations have tremendous influence in politics, Dominic. And whose interests are they supporting then? The communists? It's never just one guy.
Those ungrateful Stunads. They got a good job in a great country and they still want more. Good riddance.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be organizing a strike anytime soon.
You're not kidding. Hey, man, have a good time in New York. Tell Mikey I says hi.
So, yeah, let's see.
Would you like to book a flight, sir?
Yeah, New York.
Okay, you're all set. Thanks for flying with us today.
So what I was saying earlier about the CIA's, like, you know, they've been involved in, like, overthrowing a lot of governments, some really, you know, suspicious operations, and just that they interfere in so many countries, which the KGB did also. You know, that was the Soviet version of the CIA. But, you know, when people typically think of the CIA, you don't typically think of, like, a heroic agent. You know, there's, like, I'm sure there's good people in the CIA, but there was just, you know, a lot of, you know, I could just go on through, like, a list of just all the, you know, bad things they were involved in. Let me see if I can get a car here.
Hey, guys. Wait up for her. She's got another thing coming.
But also, like, you know, for example, like, you know, the public and a lot of the world aren't the only ones who don't like the CIA. Do you know who else doesn't like the CIA? Law enforcement doesn't like the CIA.
You know him, right, boss?
Of course I know him. I started as an enforcer with the Corleones, back when I was just boosting cars. We all knew Tom.
So, when I was studying law enforcement in school, I learned about all the agencies. And the CIA are the most hated agency by like all the other ones, like DEA, FBI. You know, they don't like the CIA. They hate them. Now, why don't the FBI and the DEA like the CIA? Because the CIA are just so in the shadows on just everything, and basically, if the CIA have intel, for instance, on like some criminal or something like that, and the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration, or the FBI, they need to get information on that guy, and they go to the CIA and they say, hey, can you give us what intel you have on this guy? The CIA will never cooperate. They will never help. They will never, you know, work with the other government agencies. They will never share what they have, ever. But the thing is, though, when the CIA then comes to the FBI and the DEA, they demand them to hand over everything when they want to know about somebody. And they have no choice. So the CIA, the DEA, and the FBI always have to work with the CIA, but the CIA never work with the FBI and DEA, and that's why the other federal agencies like really hate them. So that because of that specifically, they're never cooperative with the other agencies, but they always demand the other agencies to help them.
Dominic, welcome back.
Thanks. Why all the men? What's going on?
The government has me under investigation. They want to put me in prison. Wait for me in the parlor. The Senate is building a case. They have subpoenas for my businesses in Vegas, here, Florida. Dominic, they have someone who will testify against me.
Who?
Frank Pentangeli.
Frank's dead. I saw him die.
What you saw was Rosado setting me up. The detectives found him half dead, scared stiff, calling out loud that I turned on him. Me?
It's been a while, son. How was Florida?
It was good, Tom.
Dominic, Tom Hagen has been my consigliere, and now my attorney. He's also family. If the Senate is coming for me, they'll be coming for him too. I need to isolate him from my operations. He's going to join your family and be your consigliere. Tom will be removed from my payroll. Almeida will handle the transition. Tom, pay a visit to the senator. Dominic, you're making a name for yourself. Make sure people respect it. Goodbye.
Consigliere. Just like old times.
So, about Tom Hagen is Tom Hagen I don't remember whether he was consigliere in Godfather 2. I remember Michael made him temporary boss, temporary Don, while he was trying to figure out, you know, who planned to hit on him in the movie. But he was consigliere for Vito, and consigliere, let me show you guys the thing, Don's view here, your family. Okay, so Tom isn't on there yet, but consigliere is a real-life, like, you know, mafia rank. It's a very powerful position in the mafia. The consigliere is typically third in command, and sometimes becomes second in command a lot of times. But you know, the underboss is a little bit more power than the consigliere. But the difference between underboss and consigliere is the underboss is, you know, somebody that, you know, runs the operations for the boss in his absence, and also somebody who, you know, makes sure that the boss's, you know, orders are being followed. That's what an underboss typically does. He checks up on all the capos, the soldiers, and makes sure that they're doing what the boss tells them to do. The consigliere is actually a little bit more closer to the boss, but the underboss is still a higher rank. The consigliere is somebody that gives advice to the boss, so it's basically an advisor. So that's pretty much what it is. Somebody who, consigliere is very, typically a very smart person, and also somebody that the boss trusts, like a really good friend or a family member. But you know, Tom is a really good consigliere when it comes to negotiating. Like, he's the best, you know, negotiator in the Godfather series. But what he's really bad at is he's really bad at when being like a wartime consigliere, and that's why, you know, Michael had him removed.
It's good to have you in the family, Tom. I just wish it was under better circumstances.
Me too. There's been a lot Mike hasn't been able to tell me. But it's safer this way for both of us.
True.
You're my consigliere, Tom. I won't keep any secrets from you. Now, who was Michael talking about earlier? What senator?
His name is Pat Geary from Nevada. He's the chairman of the Senate committee that's investigating Michael. We're gonna get him on our side, Dominic. Before this trial sees the light of day.
It won't be easy. He's a United States Senator. We can't just pay him off like some backwater judge.
We won't have to. Sex is Geary's weakness. He's depraved. We're gonna use this against him. There's a brothel nearby. Some of the girls there are managed by a woman named Rosa Scarlatti. She runs a national prostitution ring. Not really our stock and trade, but she's been loyal to the Corleones for years.
So Pat Geary appears in the movie at the beginning of it. Now, Pat Geary is a pretty, you know, a really, Tom advised you about attacking or defending businesses in the Don's view. Okay. So, you know, Pat Geary's a very scumbag, like, you know, corrupt politician, but, you know, he tries to extort Michael, and he says, you know, I don't like you, you people. You're trying to masquerade yourself as decent, hardworking Americans, when he himself is a corrupt, senator.
Ours could be made public.
Well, it's our job to make sure that don't happen.
This thing of ours, the Mafia actually says that in real life. They say this thing of ours. It means the Mafia. That's basically a little wit reference for it. And also, for people wondering why is Tom Hagen, you know, let's check the Don's view. Let's see if he's in there. He should now be in there. Oh, he is. Okay. So for people wondering why is Tom Hagen, you know, and if you look at all the made men in this game. I'm pretty sure all the made men are Italian, but I could be wrong on that. But basically, in the Mafia, at least the Italian Mafia, you have to be of Italian descent in order to join the Mafia. You know, they have a very big, you know, ethnic code around that. Some families were even strictly that they had to be of Sicilian descent. But, you know, a lot of other modern families, they just have to be of Italian descent. They don't necessarily have to be, their ancestors don't originally have to come from Sicily, as long as they're Italian descent. So somebody who's, you know, not Italian, an Italian-American could, you know, be in the Mafia, but the most they could be is an associate. They can't work their way up past that. That's why Monk, in the Godfather 1, the game, remember Monk? Aldo's friend who betrays him? You know, the reason that he was never able to move up because he was Irish. Well, he was Irish-Italian. He wasn't even 100% Italian, and because of that, he wasn't able to move up. He was just an associate, and so he got jealous of Aldo, and that's why he betrayed Aldo. You know, Tom, for instance, if you look at Tom, and this is something that people don't understand about the Godfather movies, is people don't understand why Tom is a made man. Now, Tom is not even 1% Italian, but yet he's a made man. And he's also the, you know, the consigliere, you know, to Vito in the movie. So he's, you know, very high position in the Mafia, basically third in command. You know, if Sonny died and Vito died, he would be boss. But the reason that Tom is a made man, even though he's not even 1% Italian, he's Irish-German. The reason for that is because he's adopted. So Vito adopted him off the street. So he was Sonny's best friend as a kid growing up, and he was homeless. And so Sonny brought him home, and Vito adopted him, and, you know, made him his own son. And so Vito allowed him to keep his name, his last name. That's why his name isn't Tom Corleone, it's Tom Hagen, because Vito told him that he shouldn't be ashamed of his original, you know, family. But I don't remember anything about Tom's family. I think his family were alcoholics. I could be wrong on that. But he was homeless, you know, growing up as a kid. And so that's why Tom Hagen is able to be a made man, even though he's not 1% Italian, because he's basically the boss's son, Vito's son. You know, he's adopted, sure, he's not you know, ethnically Italian, but he's, you know, the boss regards him as like one of his own children. So that's why he's the adopted son of the boss, and so that's why he's able to join the Mafia. But in the in the Godfather movie, I don't think they bring it up, but in the book, the Corleones actually get made fun of for that, for Tom, you know, being Irish-German and not Italian.
Rosa, hello. My name is Dominic.
I know who you are. Tom told me you were coming.
Did he tell you why I'm here?
He did, and I can help. But you guys are asking me to sacrifice a lot. A life. I won't play along just out of loyalty, Dominic. You'll have to do something for me first.
It's a deal. So what do you want?
I want protection. Look, the state of New York has evidence that can bring down my whole operation. But if they go to trial, a lot of powerful men will have their dirty laundry aired in public. Men who would rather see me dead than on the witness stand.
All right. What kind of evidence?
Books, records, basically a list of every Tom, Dick, and Harry I've done business with, including some men in Washington. The books are being held in a safe at the Federal Building. Get them back for me. Then I'll help you out.
They destroy the evidence of the New York Federal Building. So here's the thing, if you commit a crime on a federal government building, it's almost always a federal case, which is actually worse than a statewide case. That's why in Mafia 2, when Vito got, sentenced, he got sentenced in federal court, because it was a federal building that he broke into. Oh yeah, this is gonna turn really ugly fast.
Something seems the matter. You need help?
As a matter of fact, I do. Feel like smashing the hell out of a place?
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is...
Move! I see another shithead! I'm ready for him!
Don't squeeze too hard, Dom.
Okay, I'm gonna have to call in my safe cracker.
Don't need to suffer.
Oh no, 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 this is gonna get bad really quickly.
How about I rearrange your face?
Okay.
And the punk's not working.
I'm giving you 3 seconds, shithead!
Remember, these are just innocent people.
Okay, we got the safe open.
You wanna see someone else get hurt?
Oh great. Yeah, I knew this was gonna go bad.
I see one over there. Someplace else. The cops are on us.
Okay, here we go.
Please tell me you've done something about those records.
The state's got nothing on you, Rosa. Or your clients. You're all safe now.
Good, then let's get down to brass tacks. I already started making arrangements with Tom. We have the room and we have the girl. If Geary ever shows up here, we'll be ready for him.
Wait, you talked to Tom? When?
Just now. He's here. He wanted to see the girl we'll set up with the senator. It wasn't easy knowing what will happen. But her time has come. She's an addict, bad for business. Maybe it's better this way.
So this is actually one of the worst things that Michael Corleone did, and this is also in the movie, this scene.
You look like you need some help.
Indeed I do. How do you feel about wrecking a joint? Sounds like fun, don't it?
Sure.
This
What's
is
going on?
Some info for made
You need
men
a
that
hand
we
with
get.
something?
If you don't mind a little grand theft, then yeah, I got a job for you. I'm sure I could repay you somehow.
Yes.
Let's talk to Tom.
Tom, it sounds like everything's all set.
Almost. The only thing left now is to convince Senator Geary to pay a visit.
He'll have to do it of his own accord. If Geary feels coerced into coming, he might see it's a setup.
I know. That's why you have to be careful how you talk to him. I've arranged a meeting for you. The senator thinks you want to talk about purchasing a company and that you need his help.
Good. Now all I have to do is get Geary to take the bait.
Best thing to do is to appeal to his vanity. Tell him you're having problems with the deal. Political problems, business problems, whatever seems to draw his attention. Geary's got connections. Make him think you're willing to deal if it'll get him on board. Now go, he's waiting for you.
Okay, attend the sit down with Senator Geary. Okay. And also, we got some made men. Some of Tony Rosato's crew are in New York. Bill Ciampi, soldier. Cared for his ailing mother for 20 years, now making up for lost time. Choke him with the garrote wire. Rooftop of federal building. Okay, let's go and pop him. And these made men, it's very important that you take them out quickly and early on because it severely weakens the family and it's much harder for them to attack your businesses because they can take your territory back. Okay, so the made man is up here. We're gonna use a garrote.
They call themselves radicals. I call them a-holes.
Oh, there he is. Bill Ciampi.
How'd those
Okay.
assholes find us?
One of Tony's soldiers done. Bill Ciampi, Tony Rosato soldier, permanently eliminated. That is going to weaken the Rosato family here. So this is not to be confused with Carmine. This is the Tony Rosato family. This is the brother of Carmine. What do we got here? Richard Chiachi, Learned automotive repair in a prison class. Now boosts cars faster than ever. Tenderizing of a melee weapon execution. Air cargo intel storage, New York. Okay.
I hate Tony Rosado's family. Let's keep taking them out.
I should take my winnings.
Move it.
I'll see you around the horn.
Call an ambulance.
Okay, gotta use a melee weapon on this guy.
Whatever.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
It's not personal. It's only business.
There we go. Richard Chietzi, Tony Rosado soldier, permanently eliminated. That's another one done. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a capo regime. Gary Lambert Berteschi, old-timer who ran molasses during Prohibition, knows the best rum joints in New York. Brutalize him with a punch execution. Okay. Where's our capo? Right here. So yeah, Prohibition. A lot of these guys in the Mafia got their start during Prohibition. That's, you know, when alcohol was illegal. Tony Rosado's men are attacking you at Sanaco Dumpin'. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay, we'll send literally 3 of our made men. There's no way that they can, that's gonna fail. We'll keep our capo with us. Okay. The capo is right here. I think a capo would have more security.
Here he is. Got a lot of shit with you. I must be hearing things.
Why must men? No, no, no!
Please don't. Why don't you let me try?
I can't take much more.
There we go. Gary Lamberteschi are eliminated. Yeah, so Tony's family has gotten really weak with that. It's gonna be a lot harder for them to attack our businesses. Okay, let's go meet the senator.
Hey, stop fighting.
Later.
What's that? We can't hear you. They want their turf back.
Okay, so the corrupt senator is right here.
I'm just gonna grab an eye opener,
I don't want
okay?
no one to see us.
Senator Geary, my name is Dominic. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. This is a nice place your man Hagen found for us. But let's cut the bullshit. What did you want to talk to me about?
Business.
Business, Senator. I have an opportunity to purchase a foreign company, but there are a few partners who refuse to sell. You know them. You worked at the trust together. I was hoping you could help.
So your money talks the talk, but it can't walk the walk, is that it? Let me guess. These guys looked into what you really do for a living, didn't like what they saw. So why should I help you?
You'll get a cut.
My portfolio was spotless, Senator, but I would never expect something for nothing. If you talk to these partners, help move the deal forward, I'll make sure you get a cut. 5%.
5%? Son, if you're asking for my help, you better understand that I intend to squeeze you. 25%. Because I'll do business with you, but the fact is I despise you and your kind of people.
That's the line from the movie. Okay.
Don't insult me, Senator. We're both part of the same hypocrisy.
Yeah, that's from the movie.
So never
Michael
think
says that.
you're above me. You know this deal is valuable to me, and it can be valuable to you too. Are you gonna help me?
Maybe. And I'll tell you why. Because if this deal's as valuable as you say, I'm gonna want to keep an eye on you. Because I don't think this is about some foreign company. What's really in it for you?
Power, Senator. I need your help because other men want this deal as much as I do. Is that such a bad thing? To be more powerful than your rivals? And if we get rich in the process, so be it.
Now we're getting somewhere. See, it ain't about business or politics. It's about showing up your rivals. At least now you're being honest. So this deal, does anyone else know about it?
No, just you and me. No one else needs to get a cut. That's why I want to move fast, before others get involved. So I need to know. Are you in, or out?
You know what? I don't have to like you, but I like your style. I'm in. I get my friends to help for a fee. But in deals like this, I usually expect there to be other benefits as well.
Naturally. These partners have executive privileges at gentlemen's clubs all over America. If that's something that might interest you, I could make sure you get on the list, so to speak.
Is that so? Yes. Well, indeed, I would like to be on that list. So to speak, of course.
Well, Senator, as a token of my friendship, how would you like a complimentary stay at La Maison Rouge? In fact, feel free to visit anytime you're in New York. You'll always be welcome.
I like your style. Okay, Dominic, it's a deal.
Thank you, Senator. I'll have Tom contact you with the details.
So that's,
You're all right. I'll see you around.
So they're gonna blackmail the senator.
Enjoy yourself, Senator.
So this is what happens. Remember that girl they were talking
He's
about?
waking up. You should get over here.
Thanks, Tom. I'm on my way.
This is one of the worst things Michael Corleone did.
Tom.
Come on, step away.
They killed an innocent girl and framed the corrupt senator for it. The senator was a scumbag, but the girl didn't deserve that.
Listen, I didn't do anything.
I know.
It's okay. You're very lucky I was called before anyone else. Nobody knows.
It's just like in the movie now.
I'll fix it.
How did it happen?
I remember. She was laughing. I passed out. When I woke up, I was on the floor.
So you see where this is going now.
Senator, we're putting a call into your office. Explain that you'll be there tomorrow afternoon. You decided to spend the night at one of our hotels as a guest.
Jesus.
Pat, look at me. This girl has no family. Nobody knows that she worked here. It'll be as if she never existed. All that's left is our friendship.
So now the senator is gonna owe them. So the mafia really killed the girl. So that's
Stay here, Senator. Tom will send for someone to take you to the hotel.
Dominic, I don't understand why I can't remember.
That's good. The less you remember, the less you can talk about. But you can talk to me. Tell me, is there anything I should know? Anything that could help us both?
Well, it may be nothing, but I chair the Committee on Organized Crime. I see papers and briefings. As far as we can tell, there's a new Cosa Nostra moving into Florida.
Who? Who are they?
The Mangano family, from Sicily. We thought they were going to set up shop in Cuba before the revolution. Now they've come here. I'm sorry, Dominic, that's all I know. I do remember that she was laughing. I've done it before.
Geary's pretty shaken up. Make sure he stays that way.
I'll put a tail on him, make sure he knows that he's being watched. Or protected, I suppose.
What about the body?
It's a mess in there. I don't want any of the girls to see something.
Nobody knows about this except us, the senator, and Rosa. Now, Rosa's gonna give her girls the night off, send them home. We can clean up then, take care of the body.
We have the senator. What now?
Hopefully, he can throw his weight around, get his committee to dismiss the investigation. I'll look into it. As for you, you should get to Florida. See if Geary's right about the Manganos.
Geary mentioned something about Cuba, that this Mangano family had ties there.
He's right. Samuel Mangano, their Don. He was going to cut a deal with Hyman Roth and Michael. Samuel's a good man, runs his family with honor. They're very respected and feared. You don't want to cross him, Dominic.
Yep, that's a little bit of foreshadowing. Make sure you keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out, Chief.
Only if you call fast.
So I guess we'll wrap it up here, guys.
Nice.
Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, please do drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.